In the previous class, we had studied the chemical properties of metals. The reactivity series, where we saw that the metals were placed according to their order of reactivity, that is in the decreasing order from the most reactive to the least reactive. Based on this reactivity series, we saw that you had a displacement reaction in which a more reactive metal displaces a less reactive metal from its salt solution, where we can have single displacement reaction or double displacement reactions also. Today we will study the chemical properties of non-metals. Now we will see how the non-metals react with oxygen. Non-metals react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxides. So we will take up an example. Here we have S plus O2, where S stands for the non-metal sulfur, plus O2. O2 is oxygen. So when they react, it forms SO2, which is sulfur dioxide, which is the non-metallic oxide. The next reaction is C plus O2. C denotes carbon. O2 is oxygen. When they react, it forms CO2, that is carbon dioxide, which is again a non-metallic oxide. The other reactions are SO2 plus H2O, where SO2 is sulfur dioxide, which was formed when sulfur reacted with oxygen. And when we add water to it, we get H2SO3, that is sulfurous acid. So we can say that the non-metallic oxide, which is formed when a non-metal reacts with oxygen, is acidic in nature, because when we test this sulfurous acid which is formed, it turns blue litmus paper red. So we can say that generally oxides of non-metals are acidic in nature.
Reaction of non-metals with oxygen. Let's perform another activity to understand this reaction. Please perform this activity with the help of teacher. Basically, burning of sulfur in air forms sulfur dioxide. It dissolves in water, forming sulfurous acid. Sulfur reacts with oxygen to form sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide reacts with water and produces sulfurous acid. Clearly, nonmetals on reaction with oxygen forms acidic oxides.
We will see how the non-metals react with water. Generally, non-metals do not react with water, though they may be very reactive in air. Therefore, such non-metals which are very reactive in air are stored under water. For example, phosphorus, which is a non-metal, is very reactive non-metal and it can catch fire if exposed to air. So to prevent the contact of phosphorus with atmospheric oxygen, it is stored in water.
On the other hand, generally do not react with water. Non-metal phosphorus is highly reactive in air, so it is kept in water.
We will see how the non-metals react with acids and bases. Non-metals generally do not react with acids, whereas in case of bases, non-metals react with bases to form their salts and the reaction is complex. We have the example where Cl2 plus CaOH2, where Cl2 stands for chlorine, that is the non-metal. When it reacts with CaOH2, that is calcium hydroxide, which is a base, they give CaOCl, Cl, that is bleaching powder, plus H2, that is water. Summary of what we have learned today. We studied about the chemical properties of nonmetals. Nonmetals react with oxygen to form non-metallic oxides. We saw that non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature with the help of litmus paper. The litmus paper, that is the blue litmus paper, turned red in color, indicating the acidic nature of non-metallic oxides. It was seen that generally non-metals do not react with water, though they may be reactive with air. Non-metals generally do not react with acids, but with bases they form salts and the reaction is complex. We had seen that when chlorine, which is a non-metal, reacts with calcium hydroxide, which is a base, it forms bleaching powder along with water.